Hello everyone, Jay the Human here, and welcome to my first challenge run I have ever done. Today we're going to find out if I can beat Aveyond the 3, the Lost Orb, with only June. Oh boy, this ought to be interesting. Rules are simple. I only use June in battle. If I don't have June, I must do the bare minimum, either attack until I die or defend until I die. Anyways, this is gonna be my only challenge run, probably at least of Lost Orb, where I will include bits and pieces of the story. Because, pretty sure if I didn't, they'll be a bit confused. This is the first Aveyond 3 video. So I will be going over the story bit. And for any additional rules, I'm not allowed to revive any party members that go down. Any party members that are about June must defend at all times. I cannot use life crystals unless I needed them. Don't worry, that will barely come up. And let's see, no death scrolls, if there are any in this game, as I do not want to cheese the fights with death scrolls. Also, I'll be playing on normal mode for this challenge, but I very well may be playing on harder difficulties. If need be, if you guys want me to have a bit of a harder time with these challenges, feel free to let me know in the comments. Anyways, we start this challenge. Can't wait to see how this goes. Wait, I know how this goes. I've done the challenge. You know what I mean. Anyways, today we are going to be witnessing Mill's wedding. My goodness. Now, if you're wondering about my bits and pieces of silence, it's mostly because I don't know how to comment on the scenario after either that or I just have nothing to say. Just enjoy the text log. If I ever do a full playthrough of these games, I will be trying to voice act the characters to the best of my ability. To my extent. And of course, the marriage turns out to be a bit of a plan forced by Lydia. Cause you know, magic. Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, we got a wedding kind of flashed thanks to a royal brat. And Mill's friends, I would assume, are very concerned. I mean, what if you saw your friend's wedding, you'd kind of get crashed. Mel, on her way of thinking. Okay, I wasn't fully paying attention to this line, so I got kinda lost thinking I had to go back to what was supposed to be Mill's house. As I have played this game before, it's just been so long that I forgot that I actually need to go to the castle. And not... Oh yeah. So we go to the castle. find out our stuff is missing and we have to now get a new apartment. Neat. Our house apartment is to be. To be or not to be, that is the question. On a much more weirder note, I don't even know whose dirty clothes are just left in a chest randomly. Like, that's gonna be an interesting question. Like, who leaves their stuff like that? Of course. Ooh, yes, right, the mail stuff. Where the gal place used to be. Right. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's been a little while. You haven't even gotten to the meat of this challenge. I'm mostly commentating over this story. Doesn't help that I may have forgotten where... Like I said, I have a little bit of lack of attention span, thus I sometimes forget where certain things are. But we're at the mailman. And Mill refusing to say her last name. Of course. We have officially spent 40 gold on this whole, both housing and mailing. Ah, yes, this. I remember this. Yeah, no, it's kind of hard not to know how your wedding went when it's the marriage between you and the prince of this kingdom. Practically, the stuff is going to spread like wildfire. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. Right, that poor doggo. And now we're here, onwards to Professor Gray's little exercise or whatever. Yeah, this is a thing, and I'm pretty sure Mo is feeling tired, maybe. No, I'm not her. But we're just gonna be exploring, talking to people, and like, gathering up some of the loot that's just laying around here. As we try to find Professor Gray's note journal thing. Ah, yes. Bread. And some boots. I'm sure those will come in handy. Maybe. If not for Mel, then for June. You'll probably end up noticing what I end up doing for Mel. Because, by this point, I haven't fully established the rules, and thus I have decided to equip Mel. This ends up getting undone before I established the whole thing of I'm also not allowed to change anyone else's but June's equipment. Again, this was early in the challenge. That rule wasn't formally established. Much as you'll see when we get to a later part. Yeah, when that thing was triggered, I didn't realize I had to literally go to the waterfall before Mill decided she wanted to push it. Yeah, sorry about that. Again, it's been a while, like a good, I think, 8 to 10 years since I've last played Lost World. Or maybe any of the aveyond 3 games. Like I said, this stuff was basically kind of my childhood, so, yeah. That's why I want to do challenge runs of it. It's my favorite, and figured I'd do this challenge run first, because I thought it'd be one more interesting ones. Who knows, I might do a Stella-only run next. That could be both interesting and probably the hardest challenge in the game. Because, you know, healers aren't meant to deal damage, but I'll probably be doing a magic only, skills only run next. Like in maybe 3-4. Anyways, we have this, I assume she's a semi-ghost. I don't know what I'd call this. Like, Mill is just kind of like she's fine with her life, but then with the whole orb of death thing, she doesn't want her life getting screwed over again. I mean, who wouldn't? That's just kind of how things work. Also, I'd like to point out something. For as long as Mordred has existed, in what part of the aveyond timeline is he just there during the events of 1 and dies, and then stuff happens between the events 2 and then 3 just kind of is. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking in too much on this. Again, there's sometimes where you gotta think about the weird things, you know? It's like, you have no idea about some things and you're just theorizing about them. Like I said, maybe I'm just thinking too deep into this. And Grace has been very graceful about the whole journal spy thing. Oh man, that joke was horrible. Anyways, we gotta go and find our Mill's best friend, Stella. The sweetest person you'll probably ever meet. Definitely in-game, though. And we find Stella. I'm sure you noticed the cut. Stella's just gonna be kinda doing her own thing. You'll see this throughout the challenge. And well, I'm sure that Stella has good intentions, Mill and Stella care about each other. It's just Mill's going through a lot, and Stella is just doing her best. And oh boy, this is gonna be in for wildness. By the way, I've been running my own aveyond campaign in Pathfinder. It's been going well. We're soon gonna be capping off for the pilot soon. Because I just realized how much progression the party's been capable of doing, even despite the whole thing. Then again, Lord of Twilight, to my knowledge, is the shortest of the four. I mean, that makes sense. Anyways, Mills finished taking her nap. Of course, Edward barges in. Mill is just upset about everything. And Edward's just trying his best to be a good friend with Nick in legal trouble. Well, I can firmly say that with the mail system here, things are going about as well as it can be. Anyways, we check our journal for our guidance, and we probably head over to the mailbox to go get our stuff. Of course, Mill and Lydia practically hate each other. I wonder... Anyways, we're here now on our ride to the other land. I don't know how I would pronounce it. Edrin? God, I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. Just yell at me in the comments. Anyways, we're here on Peliad, which seems to be Mill's kind of place. And with advice from Knox, heading over to the tavern. Well, that's the jail. I decided to check it out to see what it's like. And then we have the tavern. And here we see sight of the first of our solo challenge protag. Just performing magic in the middle of a tavern. She has no idea what she's about to get herself into. I did forget which man I'm supposed to talk to, so it took me a bit to figure that out. I have to pay this guy. And then the girl just kind of wants to... Mel, you should let her in on this. She's going to save your butt. Well, if only it's sooner, then we wouldn't have to deal with the pain that is the sewer. But of course, Mill doesn't want people getting interfered into her things, but I see if I can try recruiting her early. Like, again, it's been a while, and I don't remember if, like, maybe this was just a build A thing where I had to beat the sewers the first time before I could get June. But nope, it's definitely a universal thing. So yeah, I can't exactly gather or have June join my group. So that means the only place left is to go down to the sewers and find what we want. And hopefully not die, because best we can do is avoid every single encounter, because none of the enemies here are gonna be easy. Following this guy till he goes off screen. Then we talk to the man. Make sure to Sewers of Secrets. Yeah. Now we get to explore the sewers. We open up this chest to find a level egg we'll probably end up using later. Probably around this time that I do the whole equipment stuff, maybe. And here is all the footage of me trying to get through the sewers, sped up in editing. I know it doesn't look the greatest, but to be fair, this is the same around time of Mill only doing 1 damage. It's just like exploring the town to see if there were anything that could help me. You can really tell by me talking to everybody before realizing I literally have no other choice. So I have to get past these 2 roaches, which is probably one of the hardest parts since they keep trying to get to me. And I keep encountering them. And I keep dealing 1 damage. So even if the rules say I had to lose any fight where I didn't have any the respective party member, I couldn't kill these things for the life of me because of how things worked. And I didn't want to grind either or enemies. I just felt out the spirit of the challenge, you know? Anyways, I'm going to have to try my best to lure these guys and sneak past them, save after each one, and then do it all the way back. I'd also like to note that it's important that you, before attempting this at all, you should get yourself a blue warp egg. Because, yeah, these things are pretty strong. But I do manage to at least get past 2 of the initial groups on first try. I say the second one because I passed by it on the way to that chest, but probably fix that now that I think about it. Probably when post-editing. Yeah, this is just me, making sure I, Anyways, these guys are just blocking my way. These 2 roaches were hard enough to pass on the first way through, or impossible to pass on the way back, at least from my experience. So your best idea is to probably have to go and use your blue warp egg. I didn't know this at the time, but thankfully, you'll see this soon, but there's a little treasure chest that just so happens to be my saving grace in this challenge. Because otherwise this would be impossible without knowledge beforehand. I thought there'd be something in that door behind the 6 encounter, but no dice. Thankfully, these rats felt pity on me, moved up, let me access the chest and the blue warp egg, which allows me to use the warp egg and then lets me escape the dungeon, allowing me to get June. I don't realize this at first because I'm taking it chill, but I'm just kind of relieved I didn't have to go all the way back to the start of the game already, just because I didn't have an item that would help me out here. Oh, and I also purchased a new post box. I spent 20 gold for a post box in Bands, and then I never use it. My goodness. Anyways, we talk on June to June. She tells us she has a lock opening trick. And her friend says she only needs to discover 3 new tricks, master them, and then she'll become a full-on apprentice magician thing. So we change her to the main leader of the party, because that's essentially what she's become now. The main character of the party now. And now we can make our way back to the sewer and actually fight stuff. So yeah, that'll be making things way easier. You can see it in this battle just how useful June is. Lucky yes, but being able to finally fight things just makes getting through this a lot easier. I didn't heal from the previous fight because I was feeling way too confident in June's ability to, you know, survive. Also, you can tell from Mill taking more damage. Probably. I did in fact get June's new equipment, so that's probably part of it, and the second half is that I ditched Mill's stuff. Anyways, June unlocks the lock, he reads someone's diary, which just so happens to be Moldred's, and then we learn some stuff. You know, it's also a good thing I picked up that shovel during the little panic escapade. It saves me some time having to go inside and back in, fighting more of these guys. That panic saved me a lot of time in the long run. Well, looks like we're gonna have to do a lot of backtracking. Don't worry, you probably won't see this in the actual video. What am I saying? Looks like a little queen lady, or soon-to-be queen, seems to be doing some I don't know how I'm probably going to commentate this. Lydia is like annoying and wishes to ruin poor people's lives. At least that's how I assume what I assume she would love to do as queen. I mean, it'd be interesting to see her as an antagonist. I mean, she's already helping one of the main antagonists out. Like, that's a possibility. Anyways, now that we're out of that sewer, we can finally go to that Dark Throat Tower. After we take a rest, our HP isn't exactly looking great and we're a bit stripped for cash, as one would say. Sure, we have 2,000 gold, but I'd rather not waste it on items. Anyways, we're here now. Time to dig up that treasure box. Key. We got these two things. It was time to climb the tower. I'll say this is one of the eerier points of the game. This is one of the more earlier on points. I think it's just because I've forgotten this was a thing. I also tried reading the bookshelves in the library to see if they would say anything like most of the other bookshelves. Yeah. Like I said, music's gone, yet I went to go chat with June for some reason. I honestly don't remember what my thought process was in this moment, but I decided to interact with most of the books because I didn't quite remember which one's the one I needed to do. And I figured, why not? So yeah, we have to now go find this orb of death to not make sure this prophecy comes true. Of course, Nox being Nox wants Mills to become a Darkthrop Empress, which ain't exactly Mills' cup of tea. She just wants to live a normal life. I don't exactly blame her. Anyways, we are going to go all the way back to Ladia, but back here, the crowning ceremony. Edward's probably feeling very depressed right now. Yeah, sure you won't. Yeah, my man's has lost any form of life right now. Yeah, nobody likes you. Yeah, man's scandal has escaped. Yeah, the man who wants you the most dead is going after you, and of course you have to make sure that... yes, everything's going according to her evil plan. Cannot convince me she isn't at least in the slightest form of evil. In some instance. Anyways, I mean, Stone Tooth Cave is... Don't know. Maybe I will. Yeah. Stone Tooth Cave is blocked, and I can't progress without the Thief Lord's permission. In order to get his permission, I have to run the man's restaurant. To do that, I need rats. Get rats, this involves me trying to get this bunny into this cage. I know it's probably very confusing because those parts weren't in. This video is already like an hour long. And I'm just trying my best not to make it any longer than it is. Anyways, here's a montage of me trying to catch rats. I know it's probably gonna be very, very, well, interesting. Considering that the rats kind of move unpredictably. And Mill's like trying to resist the urge to eat one. But they're surprisingly easier to catch than what I remembered as a kid. Like, these things were a bit hard, some of them were a bit annoying, but that's because I probably picked some of the more annoying ones and didn't fully understand their movement patterns. Here they were much easier. Anyways, rats inside. Nobody suspected that we were the ones who put rats in here. And now this guy's life is ruined. Now we can go to Stone Tooth Cave. Yeah, June's gonna wait outside while she waits for the real adventure. Because by technicality, the challenge hasn't all too much started. This has been decently easy so far. And of course, not to try now, boss. I'm sure June might know something. And of course, the whole conversation between Edward, Julep, June, and Mill. June is really trying here. It's both adorable and weird. Yeah, good idea. I'm pretty sure the vampire getting the orb that kills people is probably not a good idea. Yeah, Mill's not in a good mood anyway. And to the library we go. But, certain man's... Well, I guess Darrendel's not a vampire. Lance is just confused. Anyways, we have a letter from THL. I'm gonna try my best to include every single one, but if I miss one, feel free to yell in the comments. I might include the one I missed in the next challenge or something. Yeah, let's just hope TJ will get better because we're a friend and trying our best to make sure she gets used to being a human is probably the best thing you can do for your friend who used to be a vampire. It is most likely older than you by like a lot. Anyways, alright, we've got our next place, but we need to, Eulith needs to write something down. And Mel needs some space to breathe. So we asked June to see where her opinion is, and she says we can find a quill, like at the nearby shop. Well, that's rude. But hey, that guy from the shop's suddenly on that other side. How is he that quick? Anyways, after getting that from Mistress Bookman's there, we have the item that Eulith needs to write down stuff. Yeah, that riddle's gonna be extremely important for, like, I don't know, near the end of this video. Yeah, we'll come back to that riddle later. Yeah, I'm trying to go north, but all that there is are vines, and as we canonically know, Milk cannot climb vines. Or, well, more specifically June, because she has to carry Mill's body. That's what I like to think about, is June is just dragging everyone else's unconscious bodies with her. Like, once they're down, she now has to carry them all the way throughout her little adventure, and is just like, not exactly doing the best. Maybe I'm this video took like maybe a week or two to get done in comparison to most of my normal videos. Hell, I'm even doing a voiceover after recording and editing this video, so like, it's unimaginably weird. Anyway, Spook comes over and is gonna help us out. Yeah, casually walking through the woods. That isn't weird at all. And hey, secret stairs. Anyways, welcome to Harakaruna. Think I pronounced that correctly. If I didn't, feel free to yell at me at the comments like I've already said. The local inn is run by a dog. That's actually kind of funny. We have a cow selling milk, cheese. You know, your local dairy products. And a chicken selling bones. And third item shop, you get two of probably the most important items in the, well, one of the most important items in the game. The world noodles. This is precisely what makes this challenge possible. I'll get to that later. Anyways, we explore the town a bit before figuring out where we need to go now. As we head up, talk to Cat, enter an alchemy station and talk to some more cats. We can sell stuff here. A rusty chest. I don't think I'll be getting that anytime soon. Did I say soon? Anyways, what's this lady's house? Well, we're gonna need her help, but she'll only help us if we help her, and we need to play a little bit of a minigame. She'll drop 20. I don't want to exactly know how she's capable of producing this many eggs just for fun. Like, is this just something that just happens, or what? It's weird to think about now that I think about it. Whatever, I'm sure this is some level of normal for these people, at least for her. got like 19 of them, so we did a pretty decent job. Well, looks like Eula's gonna go and, Eula finally has found a place that he feels like people accept him and his intelligence. Well, that's sad because Luke won't be getting his own solo challenge, because again, he's also one that joins early. But due to my rule set and the one boss that he cannot fight being both the worm and boss 1 and boss 2, that means that he'll only ever be relevant for the one fight. Similar story can be said for Spook, but he's there for boss 2. So that just leaves like 4 people to do this solo challenge. 2 people we've come accustomed to from the 2 games before, and the 2 new people. Anyways, with that sound lock unlocked, we can finally continue on with the Oh. Looks like we're gonna need to, grow this beanstalk. Make a new beanstalk so we can climb up. Great, now we gotta go backtrack and find a beanstalk. Thankfully, there's some growing in Granite Mountain, so we can go there to go get beanstalk seeds. But of course, after we arrive back in Paleta, and of course, Lydia does a Lydia and bans Edward from the kingdom. So we head back to Than's, and yeah, this happens. And now Lydia got what she wanted, but now she's made probably the worst enemy she could. Anyways, we head to Moo Hatchery, because I felt like going to this place. And also checking up on Stella and her new bunny. Stella and bunnies just mix like, just imagine you're holding a little bunny. That's adorable. Mill is just annoyed by Lydia being the topic of conversation. Anyways, another TGL letter. Definitely not happy with her lack of strength and the smell of death. Anyways, after reading TGL's letter, we've now gotta go to Granite Mountain, which is on the way to Tobigna. God, I don't think I said that right. Anyways, looks like the bridge is out. Tayobi. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. Tobikia is a completely different place from a completely different game. Anyways, we head to the Great Tree. And the Great Tree, will let us through. But only if we destroy the worm, infesting its roots. And this is our first proper roadblock. Because, as you can see, I try to, fight this giant beetle to see how we fare up. Because it's one of the basic enemies. And it nearly two-shots us. So yeah, my confidence in being the boss here was pretty low. So I went ahead and grinded up June's skills and level. You see, Oodle of Noodles is really carrying us here. But it takes forever to restore a lot of our MP since we need a lot of coffee bombs. Since they only really restore like 30 MP, I mean 50 MP each. So it takes quite a few once we use a full buff. Thankfully it's a decent offensive skill this early on in the game. And hey, at least we can kill the rats in one hit. That makes them surprisingly much easier to grind on despite them being more physically dangerous. I don't know why I defended there, but whatever. Anyways, after we decided to sleep and then decided to do a little side quest where we bring an old lady to justice for her stealing babies and selling them to people. I decided to see what would happen if I decided to leave, but I couldn't. Anyways. We talk to the investigator. See that guy. Gives Mel a pouch of very heavy pouch of gold. Follow him while the investigator trails behind. And then we managed to catch this. And then we get the lady arrested. Then here are my attempts against the worm. Here is my first attempt to win. Yeah, we just get one shot from its light attack. It is then that I realized something. Or, well, realized something later. For now, I have to get back to the boss, heal myself up, and restore my mana. Then remember to save before fighting it. I forget to heal, so I intentionally lose because I can't really do anything. Heal to store myself up, and here is a speed up of all of my attempts against this guy. I need decent luck that it does shield, and then I get good berserk luck, because I can't exactly beat this thing if it continuously decides to keep itself up like that. And I need decent luck to get past this thing. So I used the 2 level eggs, and even then that's not enough. Since our defense doesn't exactly increase with each level, I decided to grind some levels, and by that I mean use the goodie cave to help me out with this, only for this to happen! Yeah, I'll let past me. Man, I wish I got that on the first try. Oh god, I knew something like this would happen. Just my luck. Yeah, asked me interrupted me. Yeah, that was fun. Wish I got that earlier. That would have saved me from having to do that. Anyways, we go through the desert, and we find a pretty interesting place that gives us some upgrades for June. Specifically, this man over here. Yeah, this is pretty much a better upgrade. We never end up using that recipe, by the way. Firework trick we at least get for at least the completion of June being a master in all of her new tricks. This is a June-only challenge. Of course, I have to make sure June's internal goal was complete at the bare minimum. Oh yeah. You know, that one interaction makes me think, oh yeah, that's what happens to June, like, later on. Anyways, to cut a long story short, we helped the blacksmith out with, finding his shield. I skipped that part. and he gave us some new equipment for June. Wait. Wait, this is the montage that... No, wait, this is... I get lost here because I don't quite remember where the rooster is hiding. And what you're hearing in the background is actually music used in the original Aveyond 1. I decided to put it here because, you know, it's the Aveyond challenge video. And also, Aveyond has some pretty dang beautiful music. But hey, at least this unintentionally gets June slightly stronger in, like, terms of tankiness. So, yeah, like I said, I get lost here because I don't remember where the rooster is. Also, we get access to the green magic potion, so that just means we can restore our mana faster at a better rate. Meaning I don't have to waste my time with coffee bombs anymore. Which is, you know, an improvement. Unfortunately, they're gonna be what we stuck with until, like, near end of the game, because, well, you'll find out when we get them. But basically, these things are pretty much the greatest thing for the challenge right now. And hey, this allows the... I think I already maxed out. Which, you know, is pretty obvious. I don't quite remember if I got the cross bar here or not. It was just exploring this entire place. Trying to look for the dang rooster. Noodles really makes grinding a bit less of a pain. Because when your enemies can just one-shot themselves for you, it helps. Yeah, I don't think I unlocked the... Or maybe I did and just ignored that chest. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, and eventually you guys see that I realize, oh, this was all for nothing, as the rooster was on the main path the entire time. Yeah, I do realize that eventually. I think I realized that a while ago. That's why I'm leaving. And now I'm heading over to the desert proper. Anyways, we got the rooster. We take him to the chef, and then we head here to talk to some chicken about her husband being missing. Is that racist? Someone tell me in the comments. Then we go talk to this guy. Oh yes, mushroom pie. That's gonna be important for later. Then we free the chicken. He's pretty upset that we sold him to a chef. Yeah. But after that, we free him. His wife comes back to him, and then Corin, the sheep, is trying to pluck the man's downfall. We get a feather from him, which is going to be useful for later. Also, we get a board, and then we can get the board up the mouse's window, and then he can make his mushroom pie. So now this contest can come along. Grasshopper stew. I didn't know a cat girl loved that stuff. Anyways, we talked to, I think, oh yeah. You're wondering why I'm talking to multiple NPCs here. It's because my recording notifier kind of blocked off the screen. So we talk to the contestants and try out their stuff. Then we have to vote for our favorite contestant. Making sure to vote for Willoughby. Making sure Mouse Man wins the contest. Get a mushroom pie. Then we can make our way back to the Empress and give her the pie. Then we can give Willoughby her orders so that he may, in fact, become the royal chef. Then we open up the road and head to Granite Mountain. If you're wondering why my commentary is a little over the place right now, it's because, you know, I'm doing this voiceover and watching the video at the same time. Anyways, the village has pixie triples, so that's concerning. Anyways, now we have to play this rock climbing minigame to get the ability to climb rock cliffs. It's pretty decent, and I mean, there are worse ways of learning this skill. I mean, in comparison to the cage one, this one's at least a little bit more of something you need to pay attention to. Well, we get to the top and get the journal, and now we have the ability to climb cliffs for real. Anyways, we get some new equipment. Finally. I mean, blacksmith temping with our gear definitely helps. Now we're a little bit stronger. So now we have to go through the crystal caves in order to, like, get the... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, gooey gum. Oh yeah, I remember now. At this point I was also grinding here because the enemies were way too strong back in the crystal caves. So I grinded here until I was like 30. I forgot I cut out so much that the cuttings are just a little bit confusing. So if you're confused as to why I went from Granite Mountains to directly in the worm tunnels, that's why. Again, this is my first challenge, and I'm not exactly the best at it. And I recorded this entire challenge like a week or two ago, so yeah. If I included every single bit of footage, this video would be over 2 hours long. Maybe 5 hours? If I had a proper editor, I'd probably make these videos look a bit better in comparison to how I do things, but hey, we gotta start somewhere. It's not like people are going to be doing this for free. I'm not exactly a person with money to do that right now. Anyways, now that that's done and over with, Gooey Gum is now a reliable damage-dealing spell. So now we can get back to Crystal Cavern and probably do it. Because I don't want to rely on Berserk luck all the time, and Gooey Gum is like the strongest spell we have access to. Because Firework ain't exactly working as well in comparison to the other two. Like, Birthday Surprise is pretty pathetic. And Poison Ivy I never really used, because you'll figure out why later. Is by this point I realized the Gooey Gum ain't exactly gonna be the best for dealing with these things. Anyways, we made our way to Hercules. I do in fact get lost because I think, God, am I gonna have to deal with the pixies in order to get to the beanstalk forest? I mean, like, it's reasonable to think that after not playing this game in so long, but that, like, the answer is no. Because afterwards, we find the correct path, get the stock seed, and then we're on make our way back to the Stone-Tooth Cave. After this battle in which I show just how great Berserk is. Like, this rock man can just one-shot himself. And then you can just let the pebbles do their thing. And another tear-jet leather. I think I skipped one. Well, hopefully T-Shell gets better. Plant the seed, but, well, nothing happens, so it looks like we're gonna need some growth potion. Yeah, that's gonna be fun to get. Hopefully. Anyways, we try to make something that I learned earlier. Didn't work, honestly. Anyways, we now need to find ingredients for a blue potion. Which we, in fact, do have on hand from all the emerald slimes we killed. And the blue sap we gathered during the whole grinding for the worm thing. So with growth potion in hand, and the fact that I knew I needed bat food, we grow a beanstalk, grab this mermaid key, and deal with this. I managed to get her secondary bird form beforehand, because I remembered that you needed this form in order to continue. So that's the only time I'll ever be getting a new form for Yafoti outside of her own runs. Now we need to be able to get past the lion statue that kills you if it looks at you. Anyways, now we need to talk to Spook. We're getting close to the late game here, folks. Anyways, we talk to Spook, seeing if he can help us. Alright. Looks like we need a mirror. Sad this is an Aveyond 2 where we have a magical one in our inventory, but... yeah, mermaids are the most vain creatures to exist. Anyways, now we have to get through Granite Mountain. We use the key, unlock up the place to Asher 2. And honestly, this is my favorite line, that Edward is just, and probably the others are aware of the music that plays in the game and just never comment on it because it's just normal. That's funny somehow. Anyways, we're gonna be taking Nox's advice and actually heading to Darkfall first because we actually need the equipment there. First off, we get a rope for June, which finally makes her defensive power so much better. You head to the local item store. I didn't quite remember the love poem thing, so I decided to see its reaction before reloading, so this wouldn't impact Mill's relationship with Spook, but whatever, I'm doing this sort of interaction much later. Anyways, June puts the human repellent on Mill's unconscious body. You also take a look at the potions book before the recipe book before doing so, because I was curious. Anyways, now that that's over with, we have this little interaction. The Darkling is probably very confused. Anyways, here's my attempt at this giant crab. It's just called a giant crab, but I'm also convinced this is a giant robot crab somebody built. Anyways, here's footage of my second attempt, and this was the whole reason of the whole life crystal thing I said earlier. I figured we might need the meat shields to be able to survive this. Unfortunately, most people tend to get one shot by this thing. I don't know what the damage is for wave, like set or something, and just ignores defense or something. Probably seems to be what's happening, considering the two people here aren't getting one shot. It's spawning more crabs. Spawning more crabs, and it just KO'd one of its crabs. Noodles is really good, because that can make all the crabs to smack each other. And yeah, that's the boss. Probably one of the easier fights I've had to deal with. There's just one crab left and it missed. Well, that takes care of that, so now that that guy's gone, we save. Heal ourselves up. And got Ethra's sandals. I thought June might be able to equip them, but turns out no, it's a mill only thing. useful for when I do the milk only run or something. It's kind of useless to us, so instead we get Eshra's helmet, which is so much better than like our old helmet. We got like tremendous physical defense. Anyways, we head on over to Archipelago, talk to this mermaid lady about having her mirror. And she says she'll give it to us if we have a fruit salad, because she wants a fruit salad. Anyways, another note from THL. I don't quite remember how many of these things there are. So, if I end up playing this game again, are there like more THL notes? Or are there just only a set amount? Like, up until the list reaches 20. Yeah, she's quite frankly, in her words, miserable. Anyways, we got the fruit salad, and well, we actually went into the caves to go and get stuff. So now that we have this mirror, now take care of this thing. We're in the end game, folks. Also, this happens. Oh, that'll happen closer than you think, Edward. Anyways, now we have to deal with this door of steel. Good idea, June. Anyways, now Yuluf joins the party, though he's not gonna be of any use, just carrying the unconscious bodies for her friend here now. Anyways, we actually have everything we need, because I picked up a blood thistle back in, like, Underfall. I didn't know I would need it, I just felt like picking it up. Anyways, we use the acid, and now we're almost done with the game and the challenge. Hey, remember that riddle Yulif wrote down? Hey, this is coming up now. Before we... And after going through, like, the cave, gathering up all of the loot, we're now ready to finish the challenge. Will I be able to do this or not? Will I actually be able to beat Gayendo? Place your comments down below. Ooh. Yeah, I need to reread the riddle, because I didn't quite remember what I needed to do, but here we go. Place your comments down below if I can win or not. Let's do this. But beforehand, find the orb. This little scene happens. I'm gonna stop talking and let this play out. Bill just rushes in and then just... Either that or he was just talking to his unconscious body this entire time. And just never noticed. Anyways, this is about to happen. When, Gandalf's barrier broke. And since Yulif is the only other person standing because he recovered after being an alchemist, he's just like, oh no. As Drew now has to face the man himself alone. Anyways, this is my first attempt at the boss. As you can see, he's trying to use our own strategy against us. We just chose the wrong person to do it on. The physical attacks are really weak, but his magic is what's dangerous. Shadow Curse can curse us, thus causing us to do less damage, and thus causing him to be able to one-shot us. Yeah, we are not ready for him right now. But this is... Anyways, here's the winning attempt, by the way. Strategy... I have changed up my accessory from whatever I had before to the charm I got from the side quest, in order to be able to block Diendol's more dangerous status effects. And we keep trying to hit him with our staff in order to make sure that we get the drain condition on him, which is, I think, is essentially just a more powerful version of poison. Anyways, we need to use elixirs and our other items in order to be able to outlast him. And we need to keep oodling of noodling him until he, dies from the drain, or dies from hitting himself. We also used Chewy of Doubt because I felt like it'd be appropriate if I used each of my spells against him. The concept of, yeah, these are all my spells. To be able to beat him with least showing off each of the magics. Also, correct me if... Feel free to tell me in the comments if Poison Ivy's poison effect can stack the drain. Because with enough strategy, we can theoretically get it. And also, just look at how much health he has. Most of the other enemies don't have this much health. But Drain just slowly drains him over most of his health. A good chunk of his health. A lot. His most dangerous spell is in fact Vector Lightning. Because it deals like decent amount of our damage and is an AoE. The AoE part doesn't matter, we're doing this with one person anyways. Also, as you guys can see, Drain doesn't snap him out of his Berserk status, which is really cool. It means we can eventually just kill him while he's Berserk. It just takes a long while, because he has so much health. But yeah, we managed to kill him. died of the drain. So, that was quite... I think out of all the fights most, I just underestimated how strong Drew's tricks were, and how strong a good berserk. So yeah, that was the end of the challenge. Honestly, not as difficult as I originally thought it would be. It was just really long, because I thought that this would take a lot longer. Anyways, so yeah, that was the challenge. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I may be doing more challenges soon. Feel free to suggest aveyond 3 related challenge ideas in the comments below. This is PJ the Human, and I'll see you all next time. Outro time! So, like I said, this took like a week or two to record. So, and I've also been at least trying my best to help in the moving process. Not helping by the fact that I just wasn't very motivated. But, you know, that's just a me thing. So if you've all been wondering why there's been a bit of a lack of videos on my channel, this is why. By the time I finish this voiceover, I'll have to do the final bit of editing, and then this video should be out by like late today, tomorrow? Probably gonna have this premiere somewhere so I can watch the video. I'll say this was kind of fun. Hope I've been up to challenge ideas. I'd also love to see people make fan art of what their interpretation of being like this kind of challenge would be to the characters. Anyways, I will see you all later. Bye.